Okay, so I've got another question here. This is okay, so from another person who hasn't put their name to it. So, what is your view of the tendency of groups to form communities when often the original idea of aiming for equality was to bring a minority into the mainstream? E.g., decriminalisation of homosexuality was about bringing gay people into the mainstream rather than forming a separate gay community or what have you. Why do you think that happens, and do you think it's a good idea or not?
I think that we're always going to be fighting against what Jonathan Haidt calls our groupishness, which is, I think, a neutral term for the tribalism and the territorialism, which is the dark side of humans. If you read Nicholas Christakis's Blueprint, he provides strong evidence that we're going to do this. We're going to form in groups. We're going to form out groups. The best we can work for is trying to minimize this, as you said. Yes, bringing gay rights into the mainstream so that it's no longer surprising if you hear someone say, oh, John and his husband are coming for dinner. This is no longer a surprising statement. This is what we're aiming for.
Do you think so? You don't think we'll ever get rid of that tendency towards identifying with people that we've got lots in common with and hanging out with them? The best we can do is sort of try and keep it in its place, as it were.
Yeah, and I think we can sort of work this out in different ways. I don't think that we have to assume that the people we're going to have most in common with have the same amount of melanin in their skin or the same genitals. Mm-hmm. I think, differences between the sexes obviously do exist, and there's, male friendships and female friendships can be quite different. But I think if we're going to form groups, and we almost certainly are, it is probably best not to form them based on things like race or nationality or culture, and form them more on shared values, but whilst also respecting people's right to have other values.
Yeah, I think lots of